This is your main line, and I want my tagging to be long enough. Measure it like that, and then 22 times. Okay, I'm going to try and do it over this so you guys can see better. Alright. So you wrap your main line around your hand so you've got it. You can get your finger in there, and then that's a bit far from me. Then you wind it up either very neat or a bit looser, depends how you want it. Okay, then like I said, you lock it this side. Always wet this, even as you twirl it up, as I did just now. You'll wet it first. Okay, then you lock the second one. Then I'll do two of them over both tags, which is going to end up being tags, and then make this tag a bit more workable. It's just too long, and then just 3 times back on itself. Wet that and put it nice and tight. Now what I've got 3 tag ends. Let it untwist nicely. Okay, and 3 tag ends, which I'll make the same length. And then I like plaiting this before I make my knot. So you'll take all 3, you'll put your fingers just like that in between them, and you'll use your left hand to turn it and plait it, as you can see there. Alright, now what this does, this knot actually spring loads, so it gives a lot of bit of stretch and spring onto your knot, which just makes it much stronger. Alright, now this is what I'll use to tie the knot. Before I do that, I'm going to show you guys, because you don't have something like that to hook it on the beach. I do it over my knee. So I'm going to do that quickly. It gives me a longer tag end at the end of the day to use as well. So I'll just turn my chair a bit so you can see. 1, 2. "22 times. Just wrap it around my leg, my knee like that. There around the thumb, so you've got the line nice and firm that you can hook it. Now, this is what I meant with wetting the whole spiral before you start spiraling it, because that can damage the whole knot. And then you just use this index finger to pull all of it up, roll it nicely up onto it, lock it, and before you pull that out, make sure you wet it again. So you lock it that side, then we lock it this side, put 2 grannies there to lock it. It's very long, rather too long. You can do that 5 times if you want, but 3 I find is more than enough. You pull it onto itself. And the same as what a FG knot would do. It pulls from this side, and your knot now pulls from that side. Makes it nice and secure. Just make sure my length's the same on both. Yeah. And then I plait it. So you can just get those. There's a bit of wrinkle. Always on the one where it's spiraled up, it will wrinkle a little bit. And then you just twist it all the way. It's plaited. And then what I do is I'll just make a little granny knot here to keep it. Okay. Alright. Now, to tie this to your leader material, is you're going to fold a little loop like that, and I'm going to do improved Albright. So I'm putting it through, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3 back. Then you take it out the same way it came in. That's why they call it improved Albright. Previously a normal Albright will come in the opposite direction, but it's not nearly as strong. It turned out not a great knot. Then only your long ends. Don't touch your tag ends. Wet it and slowly work it so it bunches up all the way to the end of that loop. Alright. Pull it nice and tight. And then your tag end of your main line of the 3. Now that is still one of the smallest knots you can use. It bundled up here. One of the smallest knots. Remember, this is 0.55 main line onto a 1mm leader line, and for that to go through your eyes on your rod with a multiplier, it's the smallest possible knot you can use. Guys prefer, or a lot of guys prefer the figure of 8s both sides, and you pull them onto each other. I still prefer the Albright knot, which is one of the smaller knots you can use. Size does count when you cast. Here we go, guys, and that is tying a bimini twist with improved Albright onto your leader knot. And you can also use the figure of 8 or double figure of 8, which means I'll take the yellow, I'll do a figure of 8 onto my leader, and I'll take the leader, do a figure of 8 onto this, and you pull them close and then slide them onto each other. A lot of guys prefer that. This, I think it's 20 years now I've fished this knot. And making an Albright or improved Albright just takes time, getting used to just pulling your tag in slowly until it pulls tight. The most crucial about this is make sure it's very tight before you pull the tag end. Thank you guys, thank you for watching.